This week I worked Monday, October 7th in the art class from 8 to 3:30. Monday, October 7th in the with the ASL class from 6 to 8:30. Tuesday, October 8th, art class at Indian Tool Chest Project with the seniors and juniors from 8 to 3:30. Wednesday, October 9th in the art class from 8 to 3:30. Thursday, October 10th in the art class, and then I went to a crime meeting, and then we had a pep rally from 8 to 3:30. Friday, October 11th, art class, we explained the test, and the volleyball tournament began from 8 to 3:30. And then Saturday, I was there October 12th for the volleyball tournament from 5:30 to 9. Week 8's total hours were 43 and a half hours. This week, Elizabeth still did some of her same old, which was irritating. She did her typical, basically where she needs to be 1 inch away from me all the time, like touching me. Hopefully one day that will stop. Either that or it'll just be the end of the semester and I won't have to deal with it anymore. She still has some complications with AJ, and for example, Tuesday morning she didn't have any work for him to do. I even suggested maybe letting him start the next project so he could have something to do, because he's the type of student that needs something to do if you want him to stay out of trouble. And she said no, she didn't want him to get ahead in front of the other students, so she just basically told him to color. She didn't take my advice. I know it's not mine to give, but I'm just trying to save the poor boy from getting in trouble. And he was playing with crowns. He wasn't bothering anybody. He was just lining them up, but she told him he must color, and he didn't want to do that. And then she continued to get on to him and threatened to put the crowns up and started to put them away, and he was getting upset. And basically it resulted in her calling JR, and JR coming into the class telling him that he could put him in D Hall, and she wanted an explanation for that. He explained it, and then she goes, well, I don't know if I have time after school or not. And he let her know that basically they sit down for 30 minutes and write out 10 sentences of what they did wrong, how they think they could do better, what needs to happen next time, just answering 10 questions about what the problem was and where it could be fixed in the future. But later on in the day, she proceeded to say that she didn't want him to go to D Hall, but next time she thinks she will. Basically, she didn't want to stay after school and watch him in D Hall. Was what that resulted to. In regards to Monday, we worked on our thank you cards for Richard, her fiance, that came with the alligators and stuff. And then some of the groups were still continuing painting their flower baskets that weren't finished from the week before. She proceeded when one of the students, Allie, the one with Williams syndrome, was painting hers, and she's just like, what is she doing? And I don't know if she'll ever fully comprehend that that syndrome that Allie has, and accept the fact that some of these students have disabilities along with their disabilities. Eddie even brought up the disabilities list and asked her if she saw it, and just letting her know that these students not only are deaf or hard of hearing, they have added disabilities. And basically she just looks off in the distance. She ignores what you're telling her if it's not what she wants to talk about, which is really frustrating, but what are you going to do? And when, in regards to AJ getting upset, her side comment to me was, do I think he has what Louise has, which Louise has some defiant disorder, and I explained to her, no, he doesn't, because he doesn't get up, or he doesn't act out like that where he could hurt somebody. And she explained back that she's seen him hit somebody before, and I'm like, that's just him being a boy and playing around. He doesn't get to the point of boiling mad where he could physically hurt somebody. That's not his disability. So just because we explain one or two disabilities to her, then she automatically is, I guess, going to categorize all the students with that particular disability if she thinks they fit one of the little things in that disability or symptoms, which is really frustrating, even though I sat and explained it to her that he does not. But I guess she'll formulate whatever opinion she wants to. We started working on rhythm projects where they painted the background of the painting, and then with their fingers painted shapes or patterns or lines on top of it. And that was another frustrating moment for me because Dallas, he had had his face painted for Spirit Week, and she wanted him to do it, and he was getting so upset to the point of basically crying. And he didn't want the paint on his hands because he didn't want to accidentally touch his face or his outfit that he had worn for Spirit Week for Leopard Day, because he didn't want to mess it up. And she pretty much didn't care. She told him that if he didn't want to do it, then he was refusing to work, and she would have to call JR on him. I don't know. I want her to better understand, and I want to have the ability to better explain, or at least get her attention for half a second to where she's listening and really soaking it all in, that these children with their added disability, it's almost like bullying or torturing them. I mean, when a student tells you and is to the point of tears because they don't want to mess up their clothes, and he said that his mom would get mad at him if he messed up his clothes, and she just basically refuses to listen and sees it as him not wanting to work. It's not that he didn't want to work. It's that particular project where she wanted them to put paint on their hands just because that was her choice. She thought it would be more fun. And then tell him that she would proceed to call the office on him because he didn't want to do it. She could have waited till next week, and when he didn't have that on him, and he would have been fine. But she just doesn't get it. It's like whatever triggers they may have, she just digs in deeper instead of learning how to work with the triggers and think of a different way around it and learn from that situation and build a better rapport as a teacher and work with the disabilities, not against them. Hopefully, if she continues to stay at ASD, she will learn the ins and outs and learn how to deal with each individual and not as a group as a whole. Eddie got onto her about her not getting all the students' attention before talking with them, making sure that they're paying attention to either her or to the interpreter before she speaks, and it's just like arguing with a brick wall. She just said, "Oh, I do that. I get all their attention." And he let her know he's seen her several times just talk to the students without having their attention first. But she continued to argue back and said that she did. So that's what we're dealing with. Eddie sees it, we see it, and he continues to apologize for it, but I mean, it's not his fault, it's not our fault. All we can do is the best we can and make sure the students are learning what they need to learn, and it's not reflected poorly on us, just poorly on her if that's the way they feel, and some of the students have seen that. A teacher's aide asked Darlene about it, and she said she couldn't give her opinion. She's just there as an interpreter. She doesn't work there. but asked her about what she thought about the art teacher, because she's heard some things about the art teacher already, about her being strange and weird and all kinds of things from the students. So the students know, and they're willing to share that information, and we're willing to share it with Eddie all the time, and obviously to you. But I'm in hopes that one day it will change. I'm going to start another video. Hold on.